I also can prophesize the future. And I also can see subliminal messaging.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Miss Pillberry's still girl. Now,
Look, really? I'm pretty sure I could truck the shit out of you, you fucking overgrown baby.
Dude, whatever you're smoking, buy a ton of it.
I'm the greatest smack talker on the fucking face of the earth right now.
Possibility of women playing in the league, I don't think it's impossible.
You fucking punk-ass bitch!
Jesus Christ, that hurt. I'm still gonna have it.
Fucking real, bro. You ain't shit.
Well, this is smacking off. If you don't like it, change your diaper and leave.
Don't be ridiculous right now, okay?
I'd rather watch softcore porn than have to watch all of that.
No, that's how you make open. And then from there, you gotta cross it.
Bro, who invited this dude, bro? What the fuck? Get this dude out of here, bro.
No, USC is far better than Oklahoma historically.
Oh, your meatloaf is moist as my pussy gets. I promise you that.
Okay.
Oh shit, this has turned into Kane Arthur's drug class.
How long?
They need you back at the cash register in 5 minutes.
Well, Tiggy's life pipe minus the entertainment value.
Smack off. Smacking off the podcast is starting in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to Smacking Off the Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Madden. I'm joined with Doug Phillips. What's up, Doug?
What's going on?
Living the dream all day, every day.
This is the last.
All day, every day.
This is the very last Sunday that we will do our main show on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we only got a few days, and we'll be doing another one Thursday.
Wow.
We'll be doing our first official college football show this Thursday. And, of course, we're going to be coming to y'all Sunday nights for like 30 minutes to fuck with everybody this team lost.
Yeah, that's all we're going to do. We're not going to even talk about the winners. It's all going to be about the losers on Sunday, which it usually is. So, we got SEC. This is the one I've been waiting for, so we can talk about Kentucky all night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kentucky's going to make it happen. That's what the Kentucky fans, Bob Arthur and Jared Strong, keep saying.
Yep.
It could happen. Did you see that fake one, the one I just posted up in group a minute ago? The one about Gunnar Hoke?
I did.
Yeah. You know where that
I
came
went and looked it up.
You know where that came from, right?
No.
That's Tiggy.
Oh, did you find it?
That actually, somebody shared that in one of the groups. I'm not going to mention the group, but they shared it in one of the smaller groups and as a real thing. And, of course, everybody, oh, that's fake news and that's bullshit, and everybody's all stirred up about it. But, yeah, Tiggy strikes again. Originated from the Twitter account, college football in quotation marks, quotes. And that's Tiggy. Yeah, Tiggy's had quite a summer. He's probably had the most entertaining summer of all of us.
Yep.
I think.
I hope we're not lagging back as far as this is showing that we are.
I don't know.
Can anybody hear us? Anybody?
I'm sure everybody can hear us.
Are me and Madden doing a podcast for ourselves?
Yes, we're absolutely doing a podcast for all of us. Yeah. Mike Richardson says, "Fuck everybody that ain't here to root for Kentucky." Just saying. So, I mean, I'm telling you, this is going to be a Kentucky type segment. And also, later on in the broadcast, we have Mr. Controversy himself, Brett Tierce Jr. in the house. Clint Clark's already tuned in. He's listening. He's ready. Yeah. Arkansas loses a lot, is what Clint says, and he's absolutely right on that one.
Yep.
I don't know. A lot of folks. But what's a successful season for Mr. Chad Morris? What
5 wins. I think 5 wins would be impressive. I would be impressed.
A bowl would be rather shocking. I don't think anybody's given Arkansas any kind of chance this year, and rightly so. I mean, that program has been kind of down to the dumps for a while, and it's amazing too because everybody figured the Bielema hire, as good of a coach as he was at Wisconsin, was going to be just knocking it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Is Arkansas a cursed job? Perhaps.
It seems that way right now. But
hadn't been any success there in quite some time. Since
Arkansas though, man,
they've had some years.
They've had some damn
hellacious
running backs.
Yeah, but you can't just, and especially in this day and age of modern era college football, you can't just win it on the legs of a running back. Hell, we've mentioned Kentucky quite a few times, and that's kind of what Kentucky did last year. If it weren't for Benny Snell Jr. and that amazing defense that they had, they'd have been in some trouble. They would have been looking like the Kentucky of yesteryear. So I don't know. The Kentucky fans are still pretty high. A lot of folks are saying that Kentucky's still going to somehow, some way continue to stay in this thing and possibly be a contender in the East. Personally, I'd love that because that means fuck Georgia. Mm-hmm. It also means fuck Florida, too. I mean, seriously, I think we've kind of low-key become Wildcat fans on the show. I
mean, as far as, like, the
Cinderella. I'm going to say it right now. Go Cats. I'm going to say it right now. Go Cats.
The Cinderella story that I want to see, definitely.
Yeah. Now, of course, if they go to play Alabama in the SEC championship, I think everybody here knows who we're pulling for, but still. Which, again, we're going to talk about that. We're going to extrapolate upon that here in a moment when we bring all of our participants in the ring here. Who do we have on tonight?
Well, I'm trying
for that segment, because I see you over there tip tapping.
I'm trying to get Mike
Richardson.
Right now, the computer is running like dog slow.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I didn't open the tabs up. I don't have any of the. You got 2 Facebook tabs open. Oh well, that's
I always do that.
You kind of have to. Yeah. Well, boo. I don't know what that's
everybody
all about.
can hear, but let me see.
I paid the internet bill, so.
All right. For some reason, it won't do any. Look, it's like froze up right there.
Can you just X out of that altogether? We're experiencing technical difficulties.
Actually, it's not really allowing you to.
Oh wow.
This seems to be kind of froze up.
Oh wow. I see Landon Beamon.
Yo.
I see Mike Richardson. What's up?
What's up?
Living the dream. Having some technological difficulties, but I think we're
technological differences.
We're gonna be strong here. Yeah.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
We are.
I hear you, homie.
All right.
I think you know what I think. I think Teddy attacked the podcast.
I do too, and I think Justin Pike put him up to it.
The fucking clown.
Yeah.
Mike Gibbs jumped back in here, got y'all's ass.
Mike ain't never got nobody's ass. Put it that way.
That's possible. Where is Mr. Easterwood? Damn it!
Well, he's got a new baby now. He might be doing that new baby thing for a moment because new babies are very unpredictable. They just will explode or start doing some baby stuff at any moment, and you got to stop and you got to attend to the baby stuff that they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Or when they poop everywhere and they smear it on the walls. Well,
I hear the new baby is named Bo Nix.
Really?
Yeah.
He missed an opportunity there, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just start talking, and he'll just blend in when he comes in, if he comes in.
Because we got plenty to talk about here. We've only got 10 minutes left, though, fellas.
No, we're gonna stretch this shit out
I'm
now.
kidding.
Stretch it out.
Yeah, we're gonna stretch it out.
That's what she said.
Everybody wants to hear about the SEC. Everybody, every single person in the nation wants to hear about the SEC because they're going to, whether they want to or not, right?
Yeah. No, nobody ever talks about it.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna listen about Kentucky running away with the East.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute because I referenced that earlier. There is a lot of chatter, not just among Kentucky fans, but you have a couple people that are quietly just, hey, man, you need to look out for Kentucky this year. I'm telling you, Kentucky's really going to – is Kentucky really all that? I mean, they lost 2 amazing players over the, the course of the NFL draft.
They did, but let me tell you, the biggest thing about us is going to be our secondary. I've been saying that all season. Our front seven's still going to be nasty. Our linebackers coming back, most of our defensive line, minus Josh Allen, don't get me wrong. But,
which is a huge loss.
Quentin Bohanna is going to be nasty. That's who everybody's going to hear about this year. Going to be Quentin Bohanna and Cash Daniel. Everybody's going to be hearing about him.
So do we see another 10, 11 win season out of Kentucky this year?
10, yeah. Our schedule sets up too nice not to get 10.
True.
Like I've said, the whole offseason, man, Toledo is going to test our secondary if they throw the ball like they always do.
They do.
If we can hang with somebody that likes to try to throw for 500 yards a game, I'm fine with the SEC play.
Landon Beamon.
I see a good
maybe 6 to 7 wins for Kentucky this year.
Ooh.
I'm
disrespect.
sorry. Maybe you can help me with this, Mike. Terry Wilson Jr. What am I missing? He can't throw the ball consistently over 10 yards.
Well, he didn't need to last season. I mean, unless
unless
somebody.
Mr. Snell.
Yeah, true.
And I heard y'all bring him up earlier. I have no idea still to this day, outside the fact that Terry Wilson can run, but Gunnar Hope, I still think should have been our starter last year.
Well, Gunnar Hope's going to be starting for Ohio State. I don't know if you heard that earlier.
Yeah, I seen all that.
Fucking Tiggy.
Let's go, Tiggy.
I mean, I did watch a lot of, now, of course, don't get me wrong, it's JUCO ball. Don't get me wrong. But I did watch a lot of Terry Wilson at Garden City whenever he played there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether or not it was just coming to the SEC and being scared to death playing against everybody in the SEC. But, man, compared to what he played at Garden City, we're two different quarterbacks, man. But if he can come out and play like he did whenever he was at Garden City, then he's going to surprise a lot of people.
Well, you're also talking about going up against SEC defenses, too. I mean, come on now. That's
what I'm saying. I mean, he didn't play against SEC defenses at Garden City. I mean, don't get me wrong, he didn't.
Yeah, and that right there is enough to terrify any young man.
Hello.
Eric Easterwood, ladies and gentlemen.
Man?
What is up?
Man, living the dream.
You know where he's at, right?
Where's Eric at? Is he at the beach?
He's at A.
Waikiki. I'm at Waikiki.
Oh, man. Yeah, I thought I heard some waves in the background.
Hey, lifestyle of the Auburn graduate.
Have you run into any of those Tagovailoas over there?
No, actually, to be honest with you, my buddy's out here for the military, and his son has to get like treatments at the hospital over here, and his nurse is to his aunt. So,
wow.
Yeah, aloha. And Tua's famous as fuck here, man. They love Hawaiian athletes out here.
Well,
bro.
you know, a lot of folks don't realize his family was kind of a big deal long before he pulled a snap at
dude, his dad's
Alabama.
a well-known coach out here apparently.
He's like the new Don Ho of the
yeah, like seriously, like so for my work, I got to know this Hawaiian guy, and he was telling me about two of his family. He said his dad's like he coached like high school out here or something. Y'all might know more than I do about that, but apparently he was real good. So
obviously,
yeah, for real. But Landon, bro, you be out here turning up, dude. There's everywhere you go, you just got alcohol and fucking weed and like everything, bro. It's so dope out here, dude.
And everybody is so nice. I went to Hawaii.
Yes.
It's great.
So nice, bro. Like, they all just want to be like, get fucked up. Like, it's so cool, bro. It's so cool. I'm going to football. I'm going to the week 0 football game here. What is it, next weekend? Hawaii and Arizona. I got Arizona winning by 14, Kevin Sumlin.
That's fair. Hey, Cole McDonald's going to sling it, though, for the Warriors.
Hey, let's go. He might, though. Hey, for real, I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Sumlin loses to Hawaii because he's garbage. But
yeah.
Fair enough.
Let's go ahead and let's jump to Auburn, Oregon, since that is the first SEC game.
Yeah, that is a big
garbage.
game.
All right, Washington wins the Pac-12, loses to probably one of the worst Auburn teams I've seen under fucking Gus Malzahn. And they want to act like they're going to walk into fucking Texas and beat Auburn. What's going to be 80% Auburn crowd in fucking Texas? Like, Oregon's going to get raped.
I kind of, and look, bear in mind, I am an Alabama fan, so I'm not supposed to agree with you or pull for Auburn in any shape, form, or fashion. But I've kind of predicted this one kind of early that Auburn's going to win, and Auburn's going to win handily.
It's because the Pac-12's garbage. Let's all agree, Tiggy, wherever the fuck you are, that the Pac-12 is garbage.
55-21, Washington.
55-20, man, no, bro, 70-7, bro. Remember, Auburn was a guaranteed loss, and we beat Washington. And
that
we
was
were
an
ass.
excellent podcast that night.
That was.
That was great.
It was.
Please play Tiggy.
Guaranteed
Somebody
loss.
play that clip of Tiggy guaranteeing a Pac-12 victory.
It started off that Tiggy and Eric were like, who the fuck is this Beamon guy?
Yeah.
And they were both pissed at Beamon. Beamon was the referee or whatever. And then before it was all over, I think Eric and Beamon were aligned before it was all over.
By the way, I just want to say, President Pike, man, homage to you, bro. Glad to have you back. Fuck the clown. Hey.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I can't make any comments on that.
I'm not there. We have no comments. I think I've said all I can say on that subject. I think I've said too much from what some folks are telling me. So,
but man, it blew me away.
I'm gonna smoke a bowl in honor of the clown right now, bro. For real though, for real. Honor the clown. I will say, smoking a bowl.
Okay, we're gonna jump into some football really hard after I say this though. But I was just floored to find out that Pike actually created the clown, and it was basically one of his puppet arms.
Yeah. No, that's not that. He was
Tell him, Beamon.
He was just Josh.
It's Berkeley Green.
Yep. Maybe you can look at him and tell it's him. I was floored. I thought it was Derek King, but I think we've been hoaxed.
It is Derek. Sorry, it is. There's
All right.
no getting around it.
All right, so you think Auburn's going to beat Oregon? What's Auburn? What's your Auburn Tigers going to do this year, Eric?
I think Eric left like Auburn does at every Iron Bowl.
Yeah, he did. Eric is gone. Okay, Auburn. What? 4 wins?
Yeah,
Let's
probably
4 or 5 wins.
I think the most important thing that we can talk about when we talk about Auburn is what is the threshold that Gus needs to cross in order to keep his job one more year down at the Plains.
Yeah, I want to get both of you thoughts on that.
Is eight wins enough to help him keep a job? I guess it depends on who those 8 wins are against, right?
I think Gus going to be out of a job mid-season. He should have been out of a job mid-season a long time ago.
I agree with that.
I can do that.
I wish he would have been out of a job mid-season in 2017.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay.
But Petrino's looking for a job.
Man, we don't have to do this like we've done all the other conference previews. Let's just go ahead and admit that the West is Alabama and who? Who could challenge Alabama in the West?
A&M.
A&M, really. A&M and Auburn.
A&M.
Yeah. Some folks would say LSU, but
no,
I don't think
not with those.
Ed Orgeron can't beat Nick Saban.
No.
Any realistic football fan or LSU.
I've been watching football for 80 years now. No, I've been watching football for 30 years, and I've seen these type of coaches before. I've seen them at Alabama before.
Mm-hmm.
And you just know, they're not going to beat anybody significant.
My bad, guys. I lost y'all for a second.
Okay,
Eric
well,
Easterwood, ladies and gentlemen, he's back with us.
We've already officially.
Auburn's going to win four games. We got that figured out. So
Auburn with 4 games.
Yeah.
Why are y'all giving Gus Malzahn so much love, bro?
I know. Well, damn. I mean, we were just doing that to be nice.
Who does Malzahn out coach?
And hope that you would send us something nice.
He out coaches Akron.
Right there.
Maybe he might actually.
So what do you seriously? What do you think? What's going to happen?
Eric,
what's gonna happen? I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. Let me real y'all.
Okay.
Malzahn is going to probably beat Texas A&M somehow because Texas A&M is trash. That's the truth. That's the truth. Texas A&M's trash. Let's just be honest with you. Guys, they had Johnny Manziel and one of the best wide receivers I've seen in a while and couldn't do shit. They're garbage. And so they'll probably do that. But then Auburn's going to lose to, I say they lose fucking, I don't know, LSU, Alabama. They'll beat Georgia because Georgia's trash. Who else do they lose to? I don't know. They'll beat Arkansas. Arkansas is trash.
Yeah, Arkansas is pretty scuzzy.
Florida's out. I'm sorry, I forgot Florida. Florida's who they lose to. My bad, guys. So Florida, Alabama, LSU, and damn, that might and their bowl game because they always lose their bowl game. But yeah, they'll have a good run somewhere in there. You know what I mean?
A&M's going to be a real threat in the West, man. I don't care.
They'll be a real threat, but they're still garbage. They'll still lose what they lose. It's just there's always those programs like Georgia. You know, they're a threat. Yeah, they're good, but they always just lose. It's just what they do. So that's what A&M's going to do. A&M will lose to Alabama. They'll probably lose to Auburn or LSU. They're just not. They'll lose to Georgia. A&M will be a threat, but they're not gonna make it far enough for anyone to be.
They got a very difficult schedule too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not hating on A&M. I kind of am, but it's just they have a really hard schedule.
Let me tell you too. That game last year against A&M and us, that may have been our equivalent with the Seahawks and Marshawn Lynch. Man, how you gonna have a 4th and 3 and not hand the ball to Benny Snell and then lose the game?
Yep.
I mean,
I feel that. Yeah,
let
that's real.
Terry Wilson throw the ball, really?
Yeah.
You should have, because A&M have one of the worst pass defenses in the country, but the problem is they had a top 5 rush defense, so it was a mismatch for Kentucky because you mainly ran the
Snell only ran that ball 7 times that game. 7 times. Every time he touched the ball, he was 8 yards plus every time.
Hey, Coach Brooks, man. Hey, I just got to say to the Kentucky fan, man, Coach Brooks is the shit, bro. That's probably one of the best coaches in the SEC right now. Not even talked about. Let's be real. How talked about is this dude right now? And he's out here turning up at Kentucky. Like, beat Florida. Like, going out here beating people, and they don't even talk about Kentucky like that. Kind of pisses me off.
You talking about Stoops, man, not Brooks.
Stoops, my bad, man. I've been drinking since like 11 o'clock Hawaii time.
He's in Hawaii.
Stoops.
When in Hawaii, you do as the Hawaiians do.
When in Hawaii.
Right.
Man, when in Hawaii, turn the fuck up.
Man, I'll tell you what though, man. I was pissed off at the very end of last season, man. Mark Stoops was one of the first names they brought up to fucking go to Miami.
Oh shit!
Like I was like, I'm gonna be pissed they take a coach. We finally got a good coach, man. But they're gonna take him from us.
Hey, Kentucky's out here shelling out money for their football program. That renovation they did to their stadium is one of the best renovations.
And Miami's not. I'm sorry, Miami from Kentucky to Miami right now in 2019, it almost seems like a sideways move.
It's a lateral move.
It really
for
does.
real, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, I would be at Kentucky.
Look at Rick.
I
mean, you know, Rick he had one decent year there. What, his second year there?
There's definitely one way Kentucky can prevent it from being a lateral move, though. Mm-hmm. Stick their hand over in that basketball pot.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to pull a little bit of those basketball funds over there.
Plenty of money.
Has anyone else heard that
There ain't no way we don't have the money to
people basketball stadium?
Shit. Okay. 2 people were talking. Landon, you go first.
I didn't say anything.
Well, damn it.
So
okay.
That messed that one up. That was Eric and
all right. So Mike, you go first.
No, I was just saying there's no reason why when it comes down to it, we don't have the money to pay him pretty much whatever he wants. I mean, there's no reason. Zero. I mean, he shouldn't go anywhere based on money. I'll tell you that.
Well, at the same time, though, let's be honest here. I mean, we're all human beings, and we all get offered just absolutely amazing jobs sometimes that we can't turn down because the money's just so amazingly good. But at the same time, Miami from Kentucky, where they're at right now, and what he's built at Kentucky, and to go from there to try to rebuild Miami is a lateral and probably even a small step backwards, I think, because they just don't have the culture down there. People are excited about, particularly Kentucky fans are excited about Kentucky football for once.
It takes a special kind of person to be able to go down to Miami and pull it off.
Yeah.
First off,
I just don't see Stoops in that position, and that's not a knock against him at all.
No.
There's a lot of great coaches that I just don't think would be a good fit.
Yeah, I mean, can you
Miami
picture
with the culture that they have there?
Can you picture Nick Saban going down to Miami and trying to recruit inner city Miami?
I've personally seen Nick Saban go down to Miami.
No.
That
was something else.
No, what I mean is,
I'm just kidding.
What I mean is, what I'm saying is him to recruit under that format. I mean, Miami is a different kind of. It's just a different thing, and he's pissed because some of the students aren't showing up at Alabama. How about when he loses a game and comes on the road or something and comes home to 20,000 people in the stadium?
Oh, he'll be
because that's what happens at Miami a lot.
Yeah,
you gotta have a whole different kind of swag to be a coach at Miami. I think.
Yep.
Well, Miami's never going to be shit until they actually decide to upgrade their facilities and whatnot. So,
you know who would be an excellent
if
coach?
Miami ever hires a really good coach that can win, and then he proves that, they will put money in their facilities, and as soon as they do that, they can literally go 30 miles down the road and get all the fucking talent they want.
Yeah, that's how they've done it in the past.
Teddy Bridgewater, Sammy Watkins, Amari Cooper, that's all Miami.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of that.
No, the state of Florida is just an absolute.
The Bosa twins, all that. Miami.
Yeah, the state of Florida is an absolute recruiting hotbed anyway. But you know who would be a great fit at Miami and would not have to move his possessions that far to get there? Could be a 7 or 8 win coach year in and year out and still put butts in the seats and still have people watching. Lane motherfucking Kiffin.
Yep.
I am dead serious.
Mountain of cocaine
He is a perfect fit for Miami.
Is he not?
He really is.
He would slay so many girls in South Beach.
Dude,
Well, so-
you don't think he ain't swinging his sword right now at FAU? Come on now.
So
he's
Yeah,
he's
he
the
is,
biggest
bro.
dick
He's
on
out there
campus.
turning
I
up
guess
harder
if
than
Diaz
he
don't
ever
pull it
has.
off, they'll have to look
I
somewhere.
can tell you a mouth that would match that program would be Leach.
Yeah, but Leach is too damn old.
Yeah, and Leach, I don't know. He just doesn't have that. He doesn't have that X factor that.
He doesn't have that 20 years
The
ago.
reason-
Y'all have me sold at Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin needs to go to Miami and do cocaine.
We really need to start some sort of online campaign to get Kiffin at Miami. I think that would be an amazing hire.
This was the greatest idea I've heard in a long time.
Dude, seriously,
So-
and you heard it here first, because in 2 years, 2 years from now, when we start talking about Kiffin to Miami,
We will be
it
running this.
originated on this motherfucking show.
Yep. Now, real quick, I don't want to inconvenience anybody here, but let's talk some SEC football.
Yeah. Alabama wins the West. Now let's go ahead and go on to the East real quick.
Eric, when you were gone, we were talking about who can challenge Alabama, and A&M's the one that come up. So what's your opinion on that?
I mean, let's just somebody name off Alabama's record in Jordan Hare Stadium since they started playing in Jordan Hare Stadium. And
Okay,
then
let's
I'll just
see.
sit back and listen. So.
Okay, so let's see, 2000. Okay, they won there in 2011.
It's a losing record. Let's just be honest with each other. Let's just
hang on, Dex.
I guess it really depends on that. There's that magic nine win number.
Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. All right. I'll be real with y'all. I saw probably one of the best Nick Saban national championship winning teams walk into Jordan Hare Stadium and get ass raped. Y'all could easily lose the Iron Bowl. Let's just be real. But Auburn's defense is going to be really good. I just got to see how our quarterback obviously plays. Because right now, I saw that they're saying Bo Nix will probably be the starter. Did y'all read that? Y'all read that?
Yes.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm gonna have to see how he plays against Oregon. Even that's a terrible way to judge your quarterback watching him play the Pac-12.
Who would you prefer to see in the QB slot?
I really don't know, man. I heard Joe can run the read options. So, and that's the key to Malzahn having any success in anything, because that's all he does. So.
Y'all should have gotten Jalen Hurts, man. Jalen Hurts would have been an awesome
I was
fit
so pro getting Jalen Hurts, man. I would have taken Jalen Hurts.
There's no way
I think
Jalen
Oklahoma's
Hurts
a
would have
contender with Jalen Hurts. Let's be real, guys. Oklahoma could easily win the national championship this year. Who do they play? Texas?
No, they can't.
But I'm just saying they play Texas. That's all they play. The Big 12 is weak.
Oklahoma will never win a national championship until they field more than half a team. They field half a team.
Yeah, they're going to have a defense.
Timothy Ray Bailey, he's talking to you.
Yeah, Timothy Ray
Yeah,
Bailey.
they had Baker fucking Mayfield and couldn't win a national championship. That's true. And couldn't beat Georgia. Let's be real. Couldn't beat Georgia.
Yeah, because they don't have a damn defense. You can't win a championship with a defense that ranks 115th to 130th every year.
Absolutely.
Real quick, Landon.
Timothy, your team has no defense, bro.
Landon, what's your thoughts on what Eric said that Auburn could easily win this Iron Bowl?
I mean, obviously, it's always a rivalry, and Auburn definitely can win. I mean, I remember in 2015 we went there, and we only won the game 29-15. They had Jeremy Johnson at quarterback.
Yep,
that's true. Very true.
It's obviously very possible. And Auburn returns. They got 5 seniors on their O line. They return a very good defensive line. Secondary is going to be pretty good. Linebacking core is going to.
Is it the formula that we typically see?
They're going to be average.
Is it the formula we typically see when Auburn does something? Is that what we're seeing now?
Yeah, I mean,
Are we being talked about? Because normally Auburn succeeds when we're not in the preseason hype. So.
Right.
I mean, obviously the question is going to be, who Bo Nix and Joey Gatewood, but I don't know. Y'all in Oregon, that's going to be a hell of a game, first game.
Well, I think that right there is going to really set the tone for what happens to not only Auburn, but it's probably going to give us a small little sneak peek about what's going to happen in the Pac as well.
Alabama fans, I have a question for y'all. If Malzahn loses to Oregon and A&M, does he survive past the A&M game?
I don't know.
Nope, he's done.
They fire him mid-season. Do y'all think it's a Terry Dowling?
Well, and at the same time, though, because, again, we still have a little bit of money left on the table, and Auburn certainly is tired of paying coaches long after they've left their program.
That is true too. That's why they didn't fire Miles on last year.
Absolutely, and that's probably why they may unless he has a complete, absolute meltdown. I think that they'll wait till the end of the season if they are going to go that direction. But Eric and I proposed this question a moment ago. Where's that threshold? What is the threshold where that the Gus is able to keep his job? 9 wins, 10 wins, 8 wins, but he beats Bama. I mean,
honestly, it depends on what Alabama does. If Nick Saban wins another national championship, what is the Auburn fan threshold?
Well, but at the same time, though, if Malzahn comes out and at least tries to win 9-10 games, and then shows great in his bowl, I don't know. Do you go ahead and axe him then? That is probably.
But y'all know as well as I know. It depends what the team across the state's got going on top of what y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for y'all, like if Auburn's doing well and Alabama's not, what's the mindset going to be? You know what I'm saying? So if y'all winning a national championship,
2 words: Tommy Tuberville. He's running for Senate this year.
I've got one prediction for this year for Alabama.
All right.
I do think Alabama will probably drop a game somewhere, and it could be at Auburn. But here's my lone prediction I'm making for this year: Alabama will have the West clinched by the time they go to Auburn.
Ooh, that
so
is
it will not be for the West.
Easily possible.
It won't be for the West. But anyway, let's talk about the East, y'all, real quick.
Right.
No, fair enough.
We're fixing to have to wrap this up soon. So let's go ahead and make our predictions on who's going to be in the championship game.
It's a 3-team race between Florida, Georgia, and Kentucky.
Does everybody agree with that or no? I know Landon don't agree with that.
No, I don't.
I say Kentucky. Kentucky beats Florida at home. Probably loses to Georgia, but Georgia loses enough games that Kentucky makes it. That'd be dope. I'm going with that.
I think everybody would love to see Kentucky do good.
Yeah.
I think Kentucky has a road there, man. They really do have a road there.
I'm still saying, though, man, you guys jinxed us with the Tennessee game last year.
Yeah, fuck Tennessee, man. That was some garbage, man.
I was on here last year, man, talking to y'all about the same thing, talking about Kentucky. And he said, man, if y'all get beat by Georgia, are you going to beat Tennessee? And I said, yeah. He's like, I don't think so. And I'd be damned if we didn't go sleepwalk that whole game.
Yep.
Man, Tennessee snuck up on a couple of people last year, to be honest with you, which is surprising. But Pruitt's a good coach, so I wasn't surprised. Better than Miles.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to give everybody a chance to make the call of who's going to be in the championship game. Everybody on here, and then we're going to cut this one. We got to go to Brett Tierce.
Mike Richardson.
Yeah, Alabama. As much as I hate to say it, I think Florida.
All right.
Landon
Beamon.
Alabama, Georgia.
Eric.
Fuck it, Auburn and Kentucky. Let's go. I'm going out there. And hey, I just want to say, Brett, what's up, bro? What's good, homie?
All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right, bro.
Aloha, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Aloha, motherfuckers.
Let's go.
Hashtag lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Seriously, yeah.
All right, that was good. Do we even need to take a commercial?
Yeah, let's take a break real quick.
All right, we're going to take a break.
We'll be back with Brett Tierce. Bert in the house.
Yep.
G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe, on the land, on the sea, in the air.
G.I. Joe attacks! Boom, boom! G.I. Joe takes the hill! Bam, bam! Horrific battle!
Terrific equipment to have a battle with. When you get G.I. Joe and the authentic G.I. Joe equipment, you'll have the greatest realism, the greatest fun you ever had in playing soldier. Box after box of authentic uniforms and equipment, so you can change your G.I. Joe soldier into a camouflage Marine ready for battle, a Navy frogman with complete scuba suit and inflatable life raft, an Air Force pilot with high-altitude helmet and air vest. Get G.I. Joe and get G.I. Joe equipment so you can set up exciting battle action whenever you want. Remember, only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe.
No TV, no TV.
What? No.
Hello, I'm Pee-wee Herman.
Talking Pee-wee is really cuckoo.
He's naughty. I know you are, but what am I?
Soon you'll be that way too. Whatever you may do, it's so much fun when he's with you.
Banana sandwich? Arr!
You'll go wacko. You'll go crazy. With talking Pee-wee.
Talking Pee-wee from Matchbox for you and your kid. Cherry sold separately.
What's that? Major luck!
Okay, Atari, let's see your best pitch.
You're out, Rose.
The Atari video computer system is 20 cartridges with 1,300 game variations you play on your own TV set.
You can't keep me in here, Atari.
Don't tonight. Play it.
Starting on August 29th, Smacking Off the podcast will be coming to you on Thursdays for a full hour and on Sundays for 30 minutes. Please make a note and adjust your schedules appropriately. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Coconut.
Brett Tierce on Smacking Off the podcast. And here comes the host.
Bert, what's up?
What's up? How's it going, fellas? How y'all doing?
Living the dream, man. All day, every day.
Living the dream.
Yeah, we got a couple things we need to go over real quick, huh?
T-minus 6 days until college.
That's what he wants to go over.
Yeah, that's what's up right there.
I'll be right back.
We're going to have some serious problems with Duke, aren't we?
Well, I don't know. I'll be there. I'll you know, if I have to run across the field butt naked to stop it, I'll do so, you know.
I don't think it's going to come to that. I really don't. I don't see any problems with Duke.
What's the line on the game right now? I can't even remember.
Let's see here. I'll pull it up while we're sitting here talking, chatting about. But it's got to be something ridiculous. I'd figure a couple touchdowns or more. And you know, because again, it's Alabama's returning probably one of the most dynamic duos in college football with Tua and Jerry Jeudy. That's I mean, really, if you read anything about the exciting SEC offenses, that they're usually first on the list.
And of course, don't forget old Waddle and Riggs and Bugs and Pugs and Stugs and whatever else we get going. Can't nobody cover our receivers, man.
Oh, absolutely. Hang on, let's see here. Alabama line is what I'm looking for. I'm typing this up right now. You know, Doug, off the top of your head, do you know the line for the Alabama-Duke game?
It's 71.
Well, it's 35, 36, 37.
71.
Yeah. I really don't, but I could find that out really quick.
Let's see here. The predicted score, according to OddsShark, is 50 to 14. So yeah, there is a 34.5 point spread on this game.
That's probably about right.
I've got an odd feeling that I'm not going to predict that the game's going to be tight because it's not. But I got a feeling that Bama's not going to have the output that we've been used to seeing.
Well, the over/under on the game, interestingly enough, is 58 points.
I think it's going to be something like 35 to 14.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for our boys to get up for that one. I'm actually taking a bus from Coleman to the game. It's going to be fun. Me and my wife and brother-in-law and sister-in-law, we're going, so looking forward to that. Be a nice little trip to Atlanta where I don't have to worry about driving, you know.
Yep. I think that it's not going to shock me if Alabama runs the ball a lot.
No. Let me tell you guys. I don't know. Y'all are very familiar with Nick Saban like I am.
I don't know if you've seen some of the things he said about our offensive line, but Saban just don't. He just don't talk like that. And I tell you what, if everything stays in place and we don't have any more damn injuries, our offensive line might be the best offensive line we've had since 2009.
Yep,
I mean,
and we have gotten away.
Pretty dominant.
We have gotten away from that power. That what Saban was doing for the first 3 national championships. We've kind of gotten away from it.
We have, but we haven't had those, offensive linemen that could just steamroll people on the running game like we did back.
And people are like, well, what's going to make them change? Tua's there. Well, you take pressure off of Tua, and we may get even more spectacular play out of him when he does deliver. But the thing is, what could make Saban change? Losing by 28 in the national championship game could definitely bring about the change that I'm talking about. Is to get Saban kind of moving back toward things that he's done in the past that he knows will be successful.
Probably maybe a more conservative gameplay, perhaps.
Just to be able to line when you get a lead, to be able to line up and just pound it and hang on to the lead.
Yeah, I agree. And now, one thing I'm curious about is, how we're going to call these games, these first few games, and play calling wise with Sarkisian, and are we going to do a little bit more on the ground, and especially, we can't wear out the tire, so to speak, on the tread of Najee. Because now which was going to be his backup, Trey Sanders, is out for the year.
Oh shit!
So,
yeah, that's that actually just came down to the pike too. Which Alabama's down 2 running backs right now, which is not the greatest news in the world. But again, I've got to go back to the fact that you have Sarkisian in the offensive coaching position, and then you also have, again, one of the most dynamic quarterback receiver combos in Tua and Jerry Jeudy.
So, I knew Trey Sanders was hurt. Did we hurt another running back?
Yeah. We've got one out. One out with surgery. I just read that a moment ago. You have to forgive me. We've been juggling all night with this little computer issue. But yeah, we've got yet another one just left, possibly a season-ending injury as well. No. I take that back. No, I take that back. That was just a sprain.
Okay. Well, I was just hoping they would have called off that last.
It may be a sprain that keeps him out of the Duke game, though. Let's see here.
We might be in a position where we have to throw it. We ain't got no damn running backs.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, he'll be out for a week, so it's not nearly that bad. But still, we're still down 2 running backs going into this game.
Now, which back was it that got hurt?
Jerome Ford.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah. All right.
Well, I mean,
so, that's a week after he was Alabama's leading rusher in its first scrimmage.
I just want to see what
they counted on depending on him heavily for the workload in the Duke game, which he might still be ready for. I mean, they're calling him out for a week. I'm just hoping that he'll be prepared when that time comes. I mean, it's just
Doesn't Florida have a pretty good running back that wants to enter the transfer portal next week?
It's possible.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of people transfer out
every week, don't they?
They really do. Hey, what's that?
So that was a bug zapper. We called us a locust.
Yeah.
Have you seen out there in Nevada, out in Las Vegas? They've got like a plague of locusts out there right now.
It happens. It happened to the Egyptians. Remember?
Yeah, but they were sinning, and there was a river of blood involved.
They ain't sinning in Las Vegas that much.
No.
I actually did see that firsthand because one of my admin in my group was out in Vegas last week or the week before, and she sent video and photos, and it honestly was so bad. I thought it was snowing. I was like, "What is that?" And she told me, and I was just, "Wow, man!" I mean, just that'll ruin an outdoor party in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We opened the screen door up the other night, and one tried to attack Bretta, and it was hilarious.
A locust?
Yes. Well, I don't think it really tried to attack her, but still, you would have thought that it was. You would have
Right.
thought that it had a knife.
Fellas, it's been so dry and hot around here in Alabama. We've got a pool basement downstairs that we don't use. We've fixed and turned a lot of it into a game room, and I've already got about 20 Alabama pictures to throw down there. And down there looking around, and there was a damn spider the size of my fist in a tub downstairs in the basement. And I actually went down there with a little bit of slugger and had to take care of that son of a bitch. And then, he took it from me and started hitting me with it, so I got out of there.
That sounds traumatic. I don't know. I've got
biggest damn spider I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. His damn legs measured at least 3.5 feet. I mean, good God, he was taller than Jesse Ballcorn.
I actually don't. I don't give a fuck about spiders because I do plumbing work for a living, so I'm under crawl spaces all the time, and I could
fuck a spider.
I could give three shits about spiders. Spiders are cool in my book.
Oh God.
This has probably been the best part of this conversation because we already know that Alabama's going to win the West. I mean, that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than well. We know that, but our competitors don't. And I feel bad for them. These LSU fans,
especially Stroud.
Yeah.
Especially George Stroud.
George Stroud is salty.
Well, you saw the meme I made of him. It was a picture of
the shit for brains
in
meme.
Skull, and I said, this is George Stroud's brain. And bless his heart. Every year, it's the same old broken record, year after year after year.
Yep. Does he tell you a lot? All the shit you're talking about ain't going to help you at all come November?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I wish I had a dollar for every time I heard that.
Yeah.
And finally, I broke a Shade Thibodeau, or however you pronounce his last damn name. Shade, finally, I can't even stir him up anymore. He already knows. I mean, he just pretty much bends over and grabs his ankles and spells run because he knows what time it is. LSU ain't gonna beat Alabama, not in Tuscaloosa.
That's absolutely correct. Coach O is still the worst coach in the modern era for Ole Miss. So I'll never. That alone, in and of itself, pretty much kind of lends to the fact that he will never, ever have true great success.
Ole Miss is a great place to go and have success. It is because not a lot is expected there, but they can recruit there.
Yeah.
And I just think if you can't win at Ole Miss, you're sure as hell not going to win at LSU.
No. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Although everybody probably thinking because he won 10 games last year that but I'm telling you, hey Brett, you've seen these coaches. We've seen them before at Alabama. You just know he's not going to beat Saban. It's not going to happen. You just know it.
Yeah.
There would have to be a lot of things go bad for
yep.
us.
5 turnovers or something like that. Yeah.
Yep. It would have to be an Ole Miss 5 turnover game. Like what happened here a few years ago, where we outgained them by 250 yards. But it's tough to win a game when you turn it over 5 times.
Well, I mean, if what the hell is Liberty's coach's name now? What's his name?
Hugh Freeze.
Yeah, if Hugh Freeze was the head coach of LSU, then I'd give him a fighting chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Hugh Freeze knows how to beat Saban. He may not know how to do much else, but he can definitely beat Saban. And also,
well, they beat us once in basically a coin flip game, and then the other game, like I tell you, we dominated the game, but we couldn't hold on to the ball.
Couldn't hang on to the ball.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
Beat
something.
ourselves.
For every minus that you are in turnover ratio, the chance of winning the game goes down a significant amount. I don't remember. I used to have the numbers on this.
It was like 13 or 18%, something.
We were. I think they turned the ball over once. I think we were -4 on the game, and so it was virtually impossible for us to win the game.
Yeah,
by the stats that I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And we still come
that
close.
Tip drill ball on that one play. That was when that happened. I just said, there ain't a damn thing that we can do right tonight.
It ain't gonna happen tonight.
Picked it off and it floated up there, and the guy caught it in stride for a touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Auburn Georgia thing back in 2013?
Well, that was the next game was the infamous the kick six game.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't talk about it.
When that happened, and that ball got deflected and Georgia caught that ball, I knew then that we were in big trouble in Auburn next week. And when Auburn's good, if you guys ever noticed, when they're pretty good, the ball always bounces their way. I mean, always. You ever notice that? Especially on the plains.
Especially on the plains.
Especially on the plains. And we have said this on this show numerous times. I wish that the NCAA would go and hang out at one of Auburn's home games to find out exactly what they're doing there, because we all know this as Alabama fans. We've all heard the stories after the game about the fact that there was no hot water in the opposing team locker room. They had put water all over the bench or something.
No power on the sidelines. Yeah. Can't run the fans.
Yeah, they were suddenly mysteriously ran out of Gatorade. Shit like that. Just small.
And they soaked the field for the Derrick Henry game. I mean, and I'm friends with one of the credentialed media guys that was there on the sidelines for that game. And he said, "Fuck, it didn't rain. It hadn't rained there in 2 weeks." And he said, "It was just unreal." He said, "It looked like a damn hurricane that just came through there." He said, "I've never seen anything like it." He said, "Every one of their players had the right cleats on that game."
What year was that?
We still beat them.
Yeah.
It was Derrick Henry's Heisman year, whichever year that was.
2015.
15,
yeah. I mean, those are some crooked motherfuckers down
29.
there, boy.
It was uncomfortably close though. It was like 29-15. I think was the final.
It was.
Yeah.
And look, fellas, I'm gonna tell you what. Every year we go to Auburn, I'm not confident, because it just seems like one way or another, either they find a way or we play real bad or something happens down there. And
well, that's kind of what I think is happening. I really think that there's other mitigating circumstances that Auburn is quietly sneaking in that completely just, flies in the face of the spirit of the game. Is
right.
Kind of where I'm going with it. And I hate
the soaking the field down game. I can't quite remember anything in the last 15, 20 years that was really that dirty.
Oh,
it was that blatant and obvious.
I can almost imagine that there's probably more incidences like that down on the plains with opponents that Auburn isn't expected to do very well against.
Brett, you're in your early 40s, right?
39.
You're 39.
If I make it to December, I will be 40.
You'll make it.
You'll make it.
You'll make it, because we got to do the national championship segment with you.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right. I was going to ask you. This would have been, you would have been very young. I think it was 1986. Georgia went over to Auburn and beat Auburn on the plains. And
sprinkler game.
Yeah, well, they turned the hoses on their asses.
Yeah, it wasn't no sprinkler, buddy. Yeah.
I was watching. I remember, dude. I've been a fan since I was 5, so
right.
I was watching it. I remember it.
I remember my dad. I wasn't in there, but my dad said, "Them some bitches is turning the hose," because it was still, the TV was still going. I mean, they were still. I mean, the game was over, but
it was definitely.
They
over
said
then.
these fans aren't going to storm this fucking field, and it wasn't a lot of fans either. I mean, they might have had 5,000 fans with them, and maybe 500 of them stormed the field.
Yeah,
and they got their ass hosed.
Doused, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys remember or not, but when Auburn had a 4 or 5 game streak on us, when before Stallings got here and Alabama won, we were still playing at Legion Field. And, hell, man, a lot of the Alabama fans were trying to storm the field, and the Birmingham cops put a squash on that. They were damn hammering folks, man. They were nightsticking folks. Do y'all remember that? That was in the early 90s.
So that was, okay, that was in...
Probably about 88, 89, 90, somewhere in there.
Did you say Stallings was there?
I think it was Stallings. We had just beat them for the first time in either 4 or 5 years.
Okay, what it was, that was 1990. That was Stallings' first year.
And they arrested, it was 200, 300, 400 people they arrested. But, man, they caught video footage of them just beating them damn people with damn knives while they were laying on the
yeah, you really don't need to bring the Auburn cops down to up to Birmingham for those games.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, I remember that game. It was 16-7. We had a shitty year. It was terrible. We started out 0-3. We got blanked by Penn State. But all was right that day.
Yeah, Stallings turned it around. Yeah, sure did.
He sure did. He said one thing, they always asked him for advice on how to coach at Alabama. His answer was always, don't start 0-3.
Yeah, it's a bad way to start.
We were calling for a damn head, that's for sure.
Man, I was like 18 then, and I remember I was like, they need to fire that son of a bitch right now. I was like, fuck that. Go ahead and promote Bill Oliver, whatever the fuck they need to do. They need to do it. And my dad was like, you're crazy, man. This guy's just getting started. I mean, shit. Three games. They were all competitive. Brett Favre was the quarterback.
How close were you sitting to the television screen when Alabama was trouncing Miami a few years later?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
it was
my first night in this house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No shit. I'll be damned.
But anyway, yeah, that was. I remember my dad telling me when Southern Miss beat Alabama that year, it was like 27-24, and I was madder than fuck. And he said, "I guarantee you that this Favre kid is going to be a Hall of Famer."
Yeah.
In the NFL.
Yep.
I was like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, fuck Favre.
This is fucking Southern Miss. Southern fucking Miss.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Beat Auburn that year, too, on the Plains.
Absolutely, and had beaten Florida State the year before, had knocked them out, off of their fucking high horse in 1989. Had went down and beat Florida State in Tallahassee, I believe, or maybe they played in Jacksonville.
Whatever happened to that Favre guy?
That Favre guy, he,
Favre.
I don't know, he got old and retired, I think.
Yeah.
Now he's doing Copper Fit commercials.
Yep.
Yeah, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to now. He's paid.
All right, so Bama going undefeated this year? They're going to go to Auburn and lose?
I'm worried about Auburn on the Plains, and I'm worried about Texas A&M and College Station.
Well, here's the
I'm
thing.
not saying we're going to lose, but those are the teams I'm really worried about.
I don't think Auburn is going to be as good as people think they're going to be. Now, as far as whether Auburn will beat us on the Plains or not, like you said, it's you never freaking know when we're going there. But
right.
I'm going to predict one thing that's going to probably help Alabama in this game. I don't think it's going to be for the West. I think Alabama goes in with a clinched West. I think Alabama
we shall see. We shall see.
I mean, really, I don't see anybody else that's going to give them any trouble. Certainly not LSU. I'm not buying into A&M just yet because that program's just been so just schizophrenic.
That and
years.
they've got a terrible secondary, and I don't know.
Yeah, they've lost some people, and they've got a pretty rough schedule again as well.
Very rough schedule.
Yep.
They play Clemson. Do they play Clemson again?
They
this
go
year?
on the road and play. Yeah, they go on the road and play Clemson. But to end the season, the regular season, I think they go on the road to Georgia and then to Baton Rouge.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. And then you that on top of playing Auburn. Auburn is going to be at College Station, but they come. Alabama also goes to College Station. So
yeah.
But them are still tough games.
That's the game I've got circled is Texas A&M College Station.
Yep.
And Auburn, just because you know how it is, like I said, with Auburn down there, things just happen.
Yeah, we're liable to get food poisoning when we're down there.
Yeah, true.
Yep. Food poisoning, we'll have to get tased as we're running out.
We're going to tailgate on the Plains this year?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, look, we won't even go to the game. We'll just sit out there and tailgate the whole entire time. I like that idea.
Yeah, I got no problem with that.
Yeah, because we're going to win.
I can't wait for the new UAB stadium to be complete.
Dude, man, I'm telling you what, I am so proud of my Blazers. I really am. And I'm glad we're talking about this because everybody keeps talking about Dabo Swinney should be the replacement for Nick Saban. Nah, Bill Clark, baby. Save that cash and still get you a proven winner.
Bill Clark does look damn good.
He resurrected UAB's program in the very first year out, took them to a bowl game, and then turns around and for the very first time ever wins the conference and has an 11-win season.
What do you think of Bill?
Fields one of the best defenses in the country. It's amazing what's going on.
What do you think of Bill Clark, Brett?
I like him. I think it would be a good choice if for some reason, unforeseen reason, Dabo decided not to come home.
Dabo's coming.
Alabama ain't gonna. They're not gonna hire Bill Clark. But
No.
I'm gonna tell you what. Somebody is.
Yeah, you're right.
That's coming soon because
yeah.
he was a finalist last year for the Bryant Award, and I think he'll be a finalist.
Alabama
again this
might
year.
want to think about this. If it ain't Alabama, it could be.
Could be Auburn.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look.
They'll probably have an opening pretty soon.
Follow my line of thinking for a minute, because if there's anybody that Alabama has hired in their system that would be more pissed off and have an axe to grind against Alabama, it would be Bill Clark, because the Alabama trustees were the ones that killed his program. Now, I know they blamed it on the UAB president. Come on, we all know where that decision came from. That came from Little Bear himself. That was his retirement gift.
It was.
It was. I mean, I'm sorry. Paul Feinbaum has talked about it for years. The Alabama media, Cecil Hurt and all of them have talked about it for years. The year in and year out.
He's not a fan of UAB.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, there's a reason for that, too. It goes very deep, and it goes back to Gene Bartow. There was a letter written to the NCAA by Gene Bartow, and somehow somebody got a hold of it and read it over the air. And it really, before then, a lot of Alabama people supported UAB basketball and stuff, and then after that, it was pulled out like a plug.
Yeah.
Alabama people are coming back to UAB now, though, as to support the basketball a little bit. The ones that live in this part.
Yeah.
Of
in and around
state.
the Birmingham area.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Brett.
I am very excited about the UAB Stadium because, as you guys know, I've mentioned to you before, I'm a huge spring football fan. The XFL starting in February, and there's a lot of rumors that the XFL could be expanding to Birmingham in a couple of years once they get that new stadium.
Cannot do it at Legion Field. I think Birmingham Iron pretty much kind of highlighted that.
Got to break.
Why Legion Field is still standing, other than the Magic City Classic, which it's
a liability. I mean, the
really
Magic City Classic will probably also be moving to the new stadium eventually.
Yeah, it's just a shit show out there, man. And fellas, that place is just falling apart. I mean, I hate to see it in that condition, but that don't change the fact.
Well, they already moved the best thing that was ever there back to Tuscaloosa, did they not?
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right, Brett, we're fixing to run. Man, this was a great segment. And,
This was. Had a
we're
great
gonna
time,
we're
man.
gonna have to do this regularly with you, and man, we need to partner with and run this in your group, the podcast, because
We'll bring.
I think it'd be a good marriage.
We'll bring Clint Clark and Teddy Shacklesworth on next.
Yeah, some of them. Well, I mean, as long as it's on the podcast, that's cool. But in the group, some of them are, not allowed in the group anymore for obvious reasons.
Understood.
So hey, that'd be a good way for them to come into the group through a window.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey.
And you can tell them, hey, you're allowed in the group on the podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast only.
All
Good
right,
old
Brett.
Squirrel.
Which one's Squirrel?
Clint is Squirrel.
Clint
Ask him
Clark.
why I call him Squirrel.
Why do you call him Squirrel? I got to know this.
Well, he was doing a live video in 100 one day, and all of a sudden he had this funny look on his face, and you could hear him. He hit something a little doo-doo, and he said, "Yep, that just happened, squirrel." And as he was doing a live video, he ran over a damn squirrel, right? Just massacred some bitch right there on the live video, and ever since then he's been known as Squirrel in 100.
Did you tag the video for violence? Yeah, you need to report that to Facebook, because somebody's going to be jerking off to that later.
Right. Well, if the squirrel would have had kind of an eye cocked one way, then somebody probably would have reported it. That's neither here nor there.
Right.
Okay, well, we're going to have to put that on our logs. Well, hell yeah. Bert, appreciate you, Brett.
Hey, y'all have a good night, fellas.
You can take care, buddy.
All right, roll back.
Check out Smacking Off the podcast on its new Thursday night 9 p.m. Eastern stream. And don't miss our college football wrap-up show, Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern.